Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Delta Fire and Rescue presents the Delta Haunted House at 109 North Center Street in Delta. Admission is just $10 per person. The Delta Haunted House is open each Friday and Saturday throughout October and on Halloween night from 8 to 10 p.m. Food and drinks will be available for purchase, and now accepting cash and most major credit cards. It's the Delta Fire and Rescue Delta Haunted House, Fridays and Saturdays in October and on Halloween night. The City of Sigourney will be accepting bids for the removal of snow. All sealed bids must be received by 4 p.m. on Monday, November 4th at the City Clerk's office at 100 North Main in Sigourney. Interested parties will be responsible for snow and ice removal from the sidewalks listed on the screen, as well as all the steps into the Memorial Hall. The snow and ice must be removed in a timely manner and according to the City Code of Ordinances. The successful bidder will be responsible to purchase ice melt and provide any equipment used. You may review a copy of the contract by contacting the City Clerk at City Hall. Attention all veterans and guests. The Keokuk County Veterans Affairs Office invites you to join them for a luncheon on Monday, November 11th from 11:30 to 1:30 at the Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney. The Veterans Affairs Office provides assistance to veterans in need. If you have any questions, contact Michelle Herman, the Veterans Affairs Administrator in Keokuk County, at the courthouse in Sigourney, 641-622-2761. Re-elect Helena Hayes, Iowa House Representative. Helena Hayes serves Mahaska, Keokuk, and Jefferson County. Helena is protecting children, families, life, and religious freedom, and demands transparent government. Helena is defending your God-given constitutional and parental rights. For more information on Iowa House Representative Helena Hayes, go to helenaforhouse.com. Paid for by Helena for House.
Mayhem Haunted House at 13011 120th Avenue, Ottumwa invite you to come find out why Mayhem Haunted House has been voted the best haunted house in Iowa multiple times. Open for the Halloween season, Friday and Saturday through November 2nd. Cost is $15. Get ready to scream at Mayhem Haunted House in Ottumwa.
Welcome to this edition of Morgan You Asked For podcast, 30th of October, about just after 9 o'clock, and we are in for a brand new we just talked about with Trevor. We're going to start with Hawkeyes and Cyclones like we normally do, but the baseball game just got really, really good. 5-5, bottom of the fifth. Yankees have 2 on now, so it's going to go a little bit different, but it was 5-0. And the Yankees forgot how to play defense. They were doing really well on offense, but they absolutely forgot how to play defense. A straight up error, a mental error. It wasn't even, and then, trying to make the best play and then just a lack of a catch. And then pitcher doesn't cover home or cover first base. And then a couple hits. And I see it every weekend in 10, 11, now 12-year-old baseball. And the same things are coming back to haunt Garrett Cole, who was just on fire, couldn't pitch any better, struck out Ohtani, had everything set up, and then just it all fell apart, and they got 5 runs, and it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, the snowball effect for sure. Small little mistakes. Game 1 and 2 I thought were great. Game kind of whatever. Then, of course, last night the Yankees get the win. Looks like they were going to maybe cruise to another win here tonight, which is kind of surprising. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I saw that in World Series history, teams that go up 3-0 in the series, there's never been a game 6 before. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep.
It's kind of surprising in a way, but it was looking like the Yankees were going to make that happen, and they still might. We got the bases loaded here. It's kind of weird doing this with a big game like this going on, but how good is Freddie Freeman?
Oh, he's got 12 RBIs in this series alone and not even through 5 games yet. Yeah, he's unbelievable, come through time and time again. And even the one hit that he got out on, Aaron Judge had to make a spectacular catch to keep it in. And now we're going right back where they hit a batter, walked a batter, and a base hit. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Yankees are at the top of the lineup. If Torres can get a hit, then you got Judge up again, and we're going to see it all again. And you almost think that, and this is where managers, why they get paid a lot of money, Dave Roberts was, I think, almost probably ready to almost punt this game. They're down 5-0. Cole's going to pitch for at least 2 more innings. And you don't, I mean, they have tomorrow off, but you can't just waste all your really good arms because he saved them yesterday. He didn't use them yesterday to use them for today to clinch. And all of a sudden you have a tie ball game really quickly. And so it changes. Now you're trying to win this game and end it right now. So all those pitchers that you were thinking, well, maybe we're just going to not use them today, they are back. And especially if they can get Torres here, and you're going into the 6th inning and it's a tie ball game and you got every pitcher that's available that you want to use, you better use if you think you got a chance. I think they just got him. Yep.
They did.
Gonna be there. Yep.
Yeah, I'm a second or two ahead of you, so I won't spoil anything.
Yeah, I'm on, I'm on the Fox Sports app, which isn't usually too, but anytime you stream it, it is definitely slower. But yeah. So we're going to the 6th inning all tied up. We're going to find out who's got it. I think Cole's going to come back out, I would assume, to try to get maybe one more inning out of him because he's still probably better than anybody you have coming in. And that's what I would do. I don't know what Aaron Boone's going to do, but I would bring him back out if he can at all go. But that last inning took a lot out of him.
Yeah, it did. I don't know if he's going to come back out or not. I thought in game 1 they pulled him too soon.
Yep.
Game 1, I would have kept him in longer. Now I know that's the analytic stuff, and I'm not a baseball guy, but if one of your top guys is out there just doing well, I'd stick with him and keep him in. But that goes back to game 1, which is almost ancient history at this point. But yeah, this is a good series. The Dodgers, they want to get this done with now because the Yankees bats are starting to wake up finally.
Oh, they're hitting the heck out of the ball. They're taking pitches they were swinging at. Yeah, I 100% agree. And if you're a Dodger, all you wanted today was when Garrett Cole came out of the game, whenever that was, you wanted to be within 1 or 2 runs. Obviously, unless he pitched a complete game. But whether he came out in the 7th or the 6th or the 8th, if you were within 1 or 2, you got a chance. And they are in that situation right now where he gets a hit or makes a walk or something, he's going to get pulled pretty quick here if he doesn't come out this inning. And that's all you can ask for is you get to their bullpen. As long as you can keep Weaver, you can't go to Weaver yet here. Weaver's been tough, but other than that, they've been able to they've got a chance. But the Yankee bullpen's been really good. It has been their starters that has given them, they've just fallen behind so quickly that the Yankee bullpen's been pretty good though. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's really getting good now. I part of me wants to see this thing go at least 6 and if not 7. I think that'd be pretty special if that could happen, and it might still. So that, and you got Shohei out there battling it out. You can tell he's hurt. There's some debates of whether or not he should still be batting. I get either side of it, but I love that he's out there battling through it. It's the World Series, in my opinion. Get your ass out there and play. Just a chance to get a ring. I'm not worried about next season or long term. It's about getting a championship. So I love the fact that he's out there trying to play. Might not be the right call, but he's still big time intimidation at the plate, though.
Yeah, you make a mistake to him, and it's going to go a long ways, or he's going to get on base. And now he's probably not going to steal like he is, but if he gets on and then Betts hits a double, he's scoring because he's fast. Garrett Cole is coming back out. I think this is the right call. He's the best starting pitcher in baseball. You're paying him a ton of money. He's been really, really good, and it wasn't all his fault that they got 5 runs. It wasn't like they just hit after hit after hit him. It was error, mental error. It was it's different if they were hitting the ball and he was walking everybody, but that wasn't the case there to get the 5. They had a couple good hits. Hernandez had a really good hit, and Freddie Freeman had a hit up the middle, and that's going to happen. But they weren't just hitting him and hitting him.
I
got the first one here. So.
I'd definitely let him come back out and at least see if he can get 3 more outs. See how it goes. I mean, it's a tie game. He's he's your best guy. So I'd still give him a little bit more, but yeah, that was just a collection of smokes that mounted into 5 runs for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, it was just 3 errors, 1 mental. I don't know how you score that. Actually, I didn't even look. I should look at the box score here. I've got it over here. I don't know how you do that. I mean, it's because nobody really made an error. It was just a mental error. So it's kind of like when a ball drops, it's not really an error because no one touched it and no one made a physical mistake. It was just a mental mistake. So, but hopefully people are tuning in, watching us. I got 2 computers going. I don't have 2 screens going right now. I just watching the baseball game. But and those of you that are tuning in, I really appreciate it. Those of you that tune in to Steve Shetler, I know there's hundreds of you that usually watch it every week, all the way up to saw one that was like 500 views. So we really do appreciate that. Again, on your favorite podcast player, rate, review, subscribe, YouTube. If you get on YouTube right now on our live stream, even if you go on Facebook, if you do a comment, I kind of have to watch on my phone on Facebook. But if you go to YouTube, it actually comes up. I think Trevor can see this too on this. Comes up on the side of our screen, and we can comment and do stuff right there with that. So if you want to join that right now, that'd be good on YouTube at Morgan You Asked For, and we'll go from there. But just let's move. The World Series was kind of last on our thing that we were going to talk about on our rundown that Trevor always sends. But it went right up to the front just because the way the game was played and the way the game's going. But let's kind of get back to the top of our chart here, our rundown, and kind of what we're going to name it is the Hawkeyes have a new QB1. And Brendan Sullivan's going to start on Saturday. And I'm assuming you're going to feel the same way, and I think most Hawkeye fans feel the same way. He should be the quarterback until he's hurt. He's the Cade McNamara era in Hawkeyes in a Hawkeye uniform should be over. He should never I almost think even if Brendan Sullivan gets hurt, I think you have to go to Marco Lainez. I think Cade McNamara's time is over. Now, he did get a concussion, or they said that anyway, and so they're giving Kirk Ferentz and the Iowa football team cover to make this change. Because we know how Kirk and Iowa football, they do not replace somebody. They do not replace the quarterback. They just don't. They haven't over the last 25 years, and they're not going to in the future. But they got the cover they needed to make the switch with the concussion. And concussions are very fluid and subjective. As long as that player says he has a symptom, he can't play. So they can fall back on that and say he's still got symptoms, he can't play for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks until the season's over, if they want to do that.
Yeah, it's Sullivan's time down. He brings an element that Cade just couldn't, and that's mobility. You saw it in that game versus Northwestern. He looked good. So that's promising. It's just one game. You don't want to get too excited because the flip side, it's Northwestern. We'll see how he looks versus Wisconsin. But if he can give us 20 to 50 yards rushing a game, a couple extra 2 or 3 first downs, that's really about all Iowa really needs right now to beat the Wisconsins, Michigan States, Nebraskas of the world. Now, if you're going to play Ohio State or Oregon or someone like that, it's going to take more than just that. But just a few extra first downs for the offense with a mobile quarterback is about all Iowa really needs. That's just enough of a spark to beat anyone in the Big Ten besides the top 2, really.
Yeah, Iowa football now, Northwestern is not good. But Iowa football it looked much more like the last few years of Iowa football. They scored on defense. They scored on special teams, and the punter, pinned them down inside the 5 a couple times. And so and then the offense was good enough, and then obviously got really good when Sullivan came in. if they can play like that, they're going to win several more football games throughout the year. Nebraska's still pretty good. I think that's a tough game at the end of the year. I do think, and then they're going to have a bowl game. Bowl games are going to be interesting this year because with the 12-team playoff, do bowl games even matter? The answer is no. They haven't mattered for a long time, but they're going to matter even less now. You got to think Caleb Johnson's not playing in a bowl game. He's going to the NFL. He's not going to want to get hurt. And just there's no reason for him to play. But for most everybody else, it's still an audition for next year for the Iowa football team or whatever team. This isn't even an Iowa conversation. It's in any team. You're auditioning for your team there, or you're auditioning for a team that you're going to move to.